Well, the National Crime Watch Council, the Neighborhood Watch Council that is preparing for a special launch this weekend as it seeks to spread the message of community involvement in curbing crime. Joining us live tonight to talk about the initiative is Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Stephen Dean. Good evening to you again.
Good evening, Keisha. Good evening, Bahamas.
Well, it's always good to see you involved in these initiatives. This Neighborhood Watch seems to be gaining steam as you move through the streets of New Providence. What's the message you want to leave with residents?
The message we want to leave that nobody should be on the sideline. Everybody's asking what is it they can do for their country. This is an opportunity for people now to get involved. This is an opportunity now to take the streets back. Criminals cannot lead and be the leaders in our communities. We are saying that their communities must take back, residents must take back their communities.
What response have you been getting in your travels, you along with members of the National Neighborhood Watch councils in the respective areas when talking to residents and trying to draw them in?
I can tell you the response have exceeded our expectations. And just give you an example, when we started a year ago, we had about 15 groups. Now in New Providence, we have just over 80 groups of residents, communities that have formed their neighborhood watch groups. We have groups in Grand Bahama, and we are now forming groups in Abaco. I'm going to tell you that people realize they've reached a crossroad, that enough is enough. People want to take back their community. They want that community spirit. They're not going to let criminals overrun their community. And while we talk about the fear of crime, this is an example to show that people are not going to be fearful. They're going to take their communities back.
And we saw two incidents in the last few days, one shooting incident in the Fox Hill community and a quadruple shooting in the Yellow Elder community. And of course, that raised concerns among some people about whether crime is about to spike in those areas which have traditionally been troubled with violence. And obviously, initiatives like this are important to that. But tell me about that and what police are doing to increase their presence and get a handle on these things.
Well, the reality, we have a policing plan. We had a policing plan last year. The plan worked extremely well, and we can continue with our policing plan. I'm going to tell you there will be incidents along the way, but we will remain focused. We'll continue to go after those criminals, those who determine that they are going to commit crime, don't care whatever happens, but we are arresting them. You can see the results so far for the year. Out of the few murders that we have had so far for the year, more than just about all have been solved. And that is showing the good partnership between the police and the community. So what is happening tomorrow, it is residents coming out in droves. You know, all those 70 communities, 80 communities will be out marching the streets as we leave from Christie Park to Awa Key to show that, hey, we're going to take our streets back. We're going to get together as community people. We're going to go back to those days when, you know, the community knew one another. So what's going to happen tomorrow can be the absolute example of the positive effect of the National Neighborhood Watch Council, what is happening, and it's continued to grow. It is growing in droves.
I just want to ask you finally, although the murder numbers were down last year as compared to the last several years, and there was a huge celebration over that, and rightly so, the National Security Minister announced this initiative about the ShotSpotter, a technology which really zeroes in on where those gunshots are coming from. How effective has that been? I know he said that it's something that would be assessed.
We are in the early stages of that. I'm going to tell you that's going to be a positive shot in the arm for crime fighting. I'm going to tell you, based on what we can see, based on the conceptual view that we continue to look at in this year, we expected this to be a good year because residents are coming together. It's going to be some positive things in crime fighting. I'm going to tell you that is one of the initiatives, the National Neighborhood Watch is one. When we talked with the citizen security, when we talked about the ShotSpotter, when we talked with the increase in the CCTVs. So Bahamians should feel good this year, but we have to work in partnership with them.
All right, thank you so much, Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police, Stephen Dean. Thanks again.